Hello darlings, Lowryn Eclipse draft for you today. Let's see if we can open something exciting. Tristan has to be pretty okay. I'm just not entirely in love with the elf deck. I think it's a little subpar compared to everything else. I am actively quite happy to pick up Shine Striker first pick, but honestly I think the most powerful card in this pack first pick is going to be Noggle Robber. Yes, Gruul isn't a supported archetype, but this fulfills the requirements for vivid decks. So crossing fingers the Shine Striker comes back. Noggle Robber first pick. Let's go. Noggle Robber into Cinder Strike, yeah. Keep on the red side of things. Pick up a nice piece of removal. Yeah, that seems nice. What we got up next? Prismatic Undercurrents. I can see myself slipping into the Vivid deck already. Or we're on this Personify, since it's quite nice with the Noggle Robber itself. There's nothing here that feels overly powerful. I mean, the Noggle Robber into Dream Harvest could be quite the line. Noggle Robber does ramp, does fix for Dream Harvest. Why not play the Dream Harvest? What could possibly go wrong? And then we're either taking reasonable removal spell or another thing to help out with this potential Vivid plan. Just a cheap little body, does get in the way, can be relevant, sure. And then let's have another good piece of removal. In the realm of Grixis. Don't mind if I do. What's next up for me to pick from? I could see myself sliding into the Elementals deck, so let's pick up a decent Elemental. And then, with a nice start to a Vivid plan, let's get in here, get nice little colour fixing and a decent blocking body so we can help ourselves get into this late game plans. Alrighty. It's definitely an interesting little start to a draft. Can we get that Prismatic Undercurrents back? Let's keep within this plan of Vivid. Not surprising that the goblins are open. So we didn't get the Prismatic Vista back, Prismatic Undercurrents back. No, next pack. We'll take another Feed the Flames. No Prismatic What am I thinking here? Let's just pick up a uncommon. There's the prismatic. Okay. Now I feel a bit more comfortable with the direction I'm going. Pick this up. Don't mind playing that either. Okay. I feel quite comfortable in this vivid lane. So we should probably pick up the Prodigy. Be a bit sad about missing out on 6 command because we're not even in white, so it's not there. Do we want to be picking up treasures and making this Dream Harvest more doable? Yeah, if I can keep a slightly more core green shell kind of going. Here we will take another Noggle Robber. Yes, that's nice. Not convinced I'm going to be wanting the Gristle Glutton there. And then get into the Flame Braider and cross fingers that we get into sort of like a 5-colour elemental pile. Yeah, we'll take the Lusk on the wheel, please. So currently unconvinced by this Tender Sprigs, but it might come back in. Could be on the Gangly Stomper, as it's pretty flexible. Wouldn't mind the Runaway Together or the Unexpected Assistance, but we're not. I don't think I'm blue enough yet to be convinced here. Take up that Gangly Stomper. What's this where I actually do? Conspire. It could be really fun with Dream Harvest. But I don't think I'm willing to gamble into that plan just yet. Glamourmite is a tempo, or Swat Away is same thing but a little bit more awkward to cast. Elemental. Yeah, good elemental. Yes. And then big elemental. Big fixing elemental, yes please. Let's get into some removal. Small thought about the Blood Crypt. Another fixing elemental. Another elemental that fixes. Could see myself sliding out of actually needing green. Silver Gill can get in the board. Not really there. Take a Bramble Brute, although I have almost no interest in playing. Let's get the Glamourmite out as we're less interested in that. The vivid thing we've got going is Explosive Prodigy, so we don't need to be. Yeah, okay. I don't mind where I'm sitting. Okay. Another good reason to be stuck in this elemental range. Help ramp into both Dream Harvest and the Zealots there. Sure. Possibly getting out of here since we're primarily red-blue already with no vivid things going on. Currently, yeah, we'll take Mana War. Almost like a removal. Easy to remove a spell in its own right. Helps fill us up here. I mean, if we looked at it if I looked at it this way round, I feel a little bit more confident about what's happening so far. Just enough interaction, a reasonable game plan of elementals. Feel bad about that. My first pick now, don't I? Could have had that shimmer striker. Is that what it's called? Let's just pick up another top end elemental to go with all this ramp. What's next? More removal would be very desirable. Green white, no. Counterspell, possibly. Just swat away. I mean, if we're doing swat away, counterspell has to be good enough. Yeah, I've been very impressed by this. Yes, it can shake out a little bit awkward if you have to blight, but it's a little bit here and there. The rhyme speaker, yeah, good value engine piece. Let's pick up the card draw. Yeah, so yeah, it suits the rest of the game plan. We're possibly looking at trying to cut lands at this point. Is anything here? Another flyer. Another elemental, sure. And then I'm not playing the brute, so let's just grab uncommon for the collection. So slightly limited on actual removal, but we've got Mana War and we've got the Prodigy as well, so we do interact. Not playing it. Not a bad idea, but not playing it. Nothing here we're intending to get round to playing. I could trick that is fixing and almost removal. Let's ditch both of these since we're pretty heavy red to begin already. Could be on 16 lands. Deck building is going to get a little bit interesting. Possibly all these hybrid guys aren't doing me much. I'm not on the Vivid plan except for the Explosive Prodigy. Yeah, not in love with that. Would like to see room for another one of those. And if we got 3 ways of fixing our colours, then having 17 land is less than necessary if we've got all this way to fix our colours. We've got a little touch into a 3rd colour with our hybrid here, so Explosive Prodigy's doing well enough. I could be bringing this guy back in, but with being 2 colours, I don't need it for fixing. The Surveil is medium. Although, if we were to ditch there and get in here, so our Explosive Prodigy can maybe do a little bit more. But I don't like that. Don't like that too much. I'd rather just be picking up that Trevor, because we do have quite the dense top end that we do actually want to get to. So yes, I like this. Let's go. Alrighty, game one. Let's go. Yes, like this curve. Not entirely sure what we want to pitch to Ashling, but I presume it's going to be this Summit Sentinel, since it's not doing too much for me at the moment. Should have played out that the island there. Yeah, cycle up this Summit Sentinel. Have we got a nice little elemental mirror? Okay, so don't get to flip it, get to play island, get to play Noggle robber. Do we flip with enough mana for Dream Harvest next turn? I think so. We're going to have to wait and find out. I think there's enough mana. I mean, if you kill Noggle there, yeah, taking out Ashlyn, that's fair enough. We've got 4/5, so not quite enough. Not quite enough to get into Dream Harvest next turn. Feed the Flames. Do we just want to take out the... Let's just deny you fixing your colours. Yeah. Try and deny you a little bit there. Cross fingers, you want to try and take out this Noggle robber, maybe? I am tempted into this very aggressive attack. Sure. 3 free points of damage. Failing that, I get to cast my Dream Harvest. It's kind of the whole game plan of this game so far. Okay. It doesn't seem outstanding. You get to attack for 5. That's fine. We'll take it. Bunch of walls to get through. Excuse me. Cinder Strike. I wish I had that many Cinder Strikes. Come on, 3 spells. Give me spells, plural. Spells, plural. Oh, that's got to be a good hit. Play that for free. And lock into... not a lot. But that's a nice big old beefy boy too. Okay. So on next turn, we could see anything that draws cards, we'd be extremely happy. Come on. What kind of thing is this? Giant druid. Go on. Do summon. Hurler. That would have been exciting with the Awakener. Have I got any kind of exciting attack? I want to... yeah, I think I need to attack, otherwise this Hovel Hurler is going to take over the game, really. Could be dead in 3 turns to the Hovel Hurler, so if you want to trade off any of your board, that'd be excellent. No? Okay. 16 land deck and I'm still flooding out. Classics. Okay. I know you're going to jump something else as well. Let me effectively get me slightly closer to done next turn. Assume this is only a sorcery. Okay. Wow. Okay. So you've only got that one more time. Can you got anything you can relatively get back? No. My Noggle robbers do have good attacks on the ground. You can't. You don't have enough power to trade off for this. Your Aurora Awakener. Put you to 1. Yeah, sure. Reaping Willow can get back that guy. And you can attack 5 in the air. 4, 5. 5 life linking in the air if you really want to. Which does sound pretty good for you. Gives you 7 toughness thing to be blocking the Awakener with. So, kind of need to find any sort of instant speed interaction for your Hovel Hurler, right? Yeah. I got 4. Oosh. Well, there's not exactly an easy attack in for you, right? I attack with this, you have to block with something. You could block with a Foraging Wickham. I get to chump a Hovel Hurler and yeah, I don't get to attack this turn. Okay. I need it back to be blocking. Attack there, you can block here. You attack with everything. I get to block Hovel Hurler and I have to block one of these, but I either take the trample damage. Yeah, I don't have good blocks if I try and attack out. You got 7/6 energy there. Let's get that chump on. Get new treasure. Can I draw anything that isn't a land, please? Please? I suppose that isn't a land, yes. Technically. Am I just dead? Yes. Gadoosh. Game 2. Let's go. So, missing a colour, have a couple of big spells in hand, but going second is fine. As long as I find lands as we go, it'll be alright. Double Island. Get get the good blocker down. So, do I have a good turnaround if I drop this turn? I'd get Rhyme Speaker next turn and possibly Blossom Bind as well. Yes, do quite like that. Okay, fine. Let's go find a basic. Find island. Drop the Rhyme Speaker. Gonna have to find a reasonable sequence to get this pummeler out the way. But that's fine. We can sort that out. Maybe we can. This is instant, so we could, with the land, we get to recluse on Tam. You try and protect pummeler, and we get to feed the flames. Yes, it's quite the line. Let's have a card this turn, though, please. Excellent. So blue, land for turn. Rhyme Recluse coming down. Attempt to bounce a Tam. You attempt to protect that. Feed the flames there, draw a card. Okay. Okay. Yes, like this. My Mana War can block the Miss Meadow Council. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna probably Cinder Strike Tam on my next turn. You're just going for all the colours over there. That's okay. Alright. Noggle. Get some nice Noggle on Noggle action. You just got the fixing for days. Look at you. Hard to tell at this stage of the game. Yes. Okay, so I do get Dream Harvest next turn. We will Cinder Strike Tam. I don't need you to have that big old pummeler available, and let's just take the Noggle Robber out of the game unless you find a way of sacking it. Basically free 2 points of damage to get in there. That works for me. Ashling would be a nice draw. Shimmer Creep for Lightning Helix. Sure. Let's see how many cards we get. Can we get at least 2? Can we get 2 spells out? Yeah. Nah, just the 1. That's okay. I get 2 cards out myself. Quite like that. That comes down good for 3. So I could take out the wicker more. And then I've got this Pummeler and Prodigy that can double block Shimmer Creep. And failing that, I've got Feed the Flames to get it wrecked as well. Okay, sure. Yeah, we'll just take 3 there. Taking out the Forest Druid. Thinking about taking out the Forest Druid. I don't need to. Let's just get our slams on. We've got to find a way of turning these life totals around. So we attack there. I think Feed Flames always taking out Shimmer Creep. Draw me a card with this Rhyme Speaker. Of course it's a land. That's fine. That's fine. We've got a board state. You have an 0-4 and a 3-4. Unexpected assistance down. That is a draw. Let's tap with these guys. Convoke there and real mana. Draw some cards. Pitch one of these lands that we've got floating. Reckless Ransacking unlocks us an attack, right? Yeah. It's not like you have to block, but you probably should. So we just get to take that out. Take that out, make a treasure. Play a body that can actually attack through the Great Forest Druid. Draw ourselves another card. Okay. I feel a little bit in the flow state here. I think we're going to struggle to lose, which is a very nice place to be. Let's pre-combat. Draw another card. Noggle Robber is an underwhelming draw. So what gets to attack here? Tapped and stunned, both of those. Sure, and both attack. If Sparkling wants to trade off, that's fine by me, otherwise I get to get in. We've got the Noggle Robot as well. I know I didn't draft a way to do it, but if I could rebuy this Dream Harvest, I'd be extremely happy right now. Attack with the big things. You can block them nicely, but that's okay. Might as well run out the land. Pummeler. Is that how we're gonna lose? Okay. Ashlyn, can you find us something good, please? Gangly Stomper. Not terrible, not great. If I go for the all-out plunge, how bad does this go? Pummeler blocks each Glint Weaver, Guild Weaver, Great Forest Druid blocks Noggle, Spikeling maybe trades for Firebrand, and I only do 3, so I haven't got good attacks. And average rule of thumb, blockers are better than attackers. Okay, we are flipping Ashling because we're desperate to flip her back the other way so we can get some action going. Stratosaura, Zealot, wide list of things I'd like to draw. At least all my loans are gone now, so I should only be finding gas now. Yes. Another Noggle robber, that's not helping. So, what sort of... I don't think the slimes make a great deal of sense. You block up 3 of the biggest thing, I only get in for like 6. It's not great. Would like something to do with all this mana. I might have to go back into the deck building page and have a look at this, because like I've got so much mana and stuff, but I've got almost nothing to do with it. If I've left something like card draw in the sideboard, I'm going to feel real mad. How many cards we got left? 4 cards. So okay, we're going to keep on going wide. Keep going wide, crossing fingers. I mean, not even missing card draw. I'm going through this deck. I've got 4 cards left. Alright. So some mana. Flipper. Ditch the land. Wild Unraveling, okay. So my last 2 cards are Stratosaura and Zolrath. So if I basically have to win on my next turn. So this is the turn where we have to go for the plunge. I could be very easily dead on Crackback if I don't know what I need to do to make sure I don't die on Crackback. Let's keep this back. Keep that back. Because if Sizzling Changeling dies, we don't get to have on it. We lose on the next turn anyways. Chumps for the Chaos Spewer, and then everything else can get in, and we can cross some fingers. So yeah, that Rhyme Speaker might be the thing that we lose because of. Funny. Well, not quite ha-ha funny, but quite amusing dying to your own things at times. Okay. So I'm not strictly just dead on this turn. You can have all the colours of mana you'd like. I'm just going to try and deny you doing anything too exciting. Decline to flip it. So I can play this guy, get my Stratosaur and die, right? Do we just run this out as hit all the triggers? Don't get to cast the Stratosaur that we know we're going to draw. But we play it out. We don't die to its trigger. We pumped up the Mystic so we can hopefully slam a little bit harder. I think you've got more than enough things to block with. You're taking 5, 6. Taking 6. Going to 3. And going to 2. And I might as well get hoisted my own card. Let's have another look at this deck. See if we can't figure out something. So, yeah, I don't think splashing is the answer. I don't have an easy way of getting this Dream Harvest back. Let's go for slipping that in. Another piece of kind of interaction. Mystic is underwhelming. And I could anger myself and cut out another land, but we know that's not the ideal. This Graspling's just always a little bit underwhelming. I've got no Vivid payoff. I've got a little Vivid guy, but I don't need a payoff. Yeah, let's try this. Let's see if we can't clutch the rest of this league. But this does typically function. Don't get to do much before turn 2. Probably just cycling this away for basic. But actually, with that draw, might change things. That draw as well also helps. So let's get her down. Decide if we want to get aggressive or get defensive, basically. Seeing how heavy you get when you untap with 4 mana. Gathering Stone, okay. You're an elf deck, okay. Elf deck playing some non-elves, okay. So yes, let's perk up the aggression, or let's keep this counter spell up. If you don't play something I care about, we've got buddies that we can cycle away for basics. I'm probably going to do that next turn and be able to hold up this Reckless Ransacking on attacks. It's just nerf your whole turn. Marilyn is the thought now. I've seen Sultai land base. There's Marilyn. Nice easy counter. Perfecto. Fine land anyways. Excellent. Kinda did want to cycle one of these guys away, but we don't mind. Can we trade ransacking for your forest druid? Can we? May we? We may. Excellent. Pretty decent exchange there. Got the Glimmermite to tap down whatever you play out. So I could see dropping this Stratosaur for another mountain. Yeah, let's go get another mountain. I want this Zealot next turn. Very good block here. Good block there if opponent wants to actually trade it off. Yeah, this guy down. So I'm either got nice bit of chump attack for you to do, or I've got a chump blocker. Either way, I'm kind of happy with it. Don't get me wrong, could always be a little bit happier with draws and such, but I think this line is going to work out for me. You kind of have to do something, because you know it's a goner to this Cinder Strike anyways. So you might as well put up a second threat to think, make me think. You got a random pump spell? No. Sweet, that's kind of cute. So I am going to lose out on this Cinder Strike, but we'll just get this Noggle Robber on board. Then we've got Glamormite ready to do tricks. Glamormite's not going to do anything tricksy on your turn. We're not close to parity, so I might as well keep adding to the board. Bye bye Cinder Strike. We've got Feed the Flames now anyway, so it's kind of the same. Feed the Flame at least gets me to do trample tricks. Now that's a good target. Don't mind if I do. Any reason to keep the land back? No. I've got no rummaging. I mean, I've got Ashling. Yeah, I should have kept that land there. If I draw Ashling now, I'm going to feel a little bit silly. Okay. Ugin is definitely having a good look through his deck with that stone. Okay. Body. I don't unlock much of an attack if I use this Glamormite, but I'm still going to attack anyways. I get my trample damage if you take out the Noggle Robber. I'll get this Dream Harvest, which with you on elves should net me like 3 cards, which is potentially enough. Let's see, 1 spell, 2 spell. I mean, mana exchange wise, terrible, but that is a 2 for 1. I'll just put effectively lethal on board from your deck. Shit, you get the eulogist, which is fine. Is forced to block the brawler here, right? You can reanimate Marilyn. Don't get to cast anything for free, and I just win, right? Glamour Mite down, tap yours, and tap with all. I'm ready to pump in the other elf for lethal. Oh, hey! Alright, picked up one. Alright, game number 4. Winning this puts us back to level. Losing it makes us feel sad. This hand feels quite keepable. We've got... I think I most likely pitch this Gangly Stomper because we've got yeah, I can see myself dropping off this Gangly Stomper and or land if we draw another one, right? Okay. Another Great Forest Druid. It's going to be quite fun to take out with this Feed the Flame. Let's just try and dig towards our Dream Harvest and other later game plans. Flaring Cinder. Your vivid elemental stuff, right? That makes the most sense here. We will pay the blue to flip it. We will make red mana, and then our whole turn is going to be taken out. Cinder, let's deny you that advantage at least. We can attack for 1. Next turn, possibly something like this. Just trying to trickle in the points where we can, trying to keep up with our opponent on board state. I will make blue mana. Do I want to spend the red and flip? Yes. With Ashlyn around, we don't need the Flame Raider. We would like to find another land. We do not. But we do get to run this out. We use our Cinder Strike. Take up this guy. No, because we've got the Guild Weaver here that's making good blocks on this Death Toucher. We don't mind about the Glint Weaver going away. We want to deny you your colours. Yes, spend the mana that way. Blight on Ashling, yes. There we are. No attacks. Luminolosk. Like, slightly curious if the double L here is meant to be pronounced like a W. Meant to sound like a W as if it is Welsh. But that might be just a wild stretch in my head. Okay. Alright, we've actually gone a little bit wonky. Let's slide this away. We got 4-on-4 action, but I do have this Summit Sentinel as healthy chumps. And then And then something else. Something. Maybe we get there. Positive. Alright, you're gonna jump. That's fine. Feed the swarm that away. Feed the flames that away. Do I actually like that? I think I want to be oddly aggressive. Attack first. Maybe I get this reckless ransacking it off, so I can play the Noggle and kind of get into a lot more mana to play with. Okay, now we'll take out Stratosaura. So interesting. Yes, let's trump now. Not withdrawing there. And got anything else for your turn? No. So let's attack first. Forest Druid doing anything new? Okay. Don't think I want to make use of this Recluse just yet. We can potentially go for lethal next turn, and with a bounce available as well, that's a lot closer to getting there than I think the opponent is thinking. Yes, take it down to 8. So let's bounce your Lumalosk. Presume you've maybe haven't got much in hand. Let's hope. Not quite sure what you could have. You don't block. We'll pump our Noggle. And we get there. Yay! Pump spells for the win. Okay, game number 5. This to decide if we get to at least go even or tap out, basically. This hand is kind of cute. Can fire Braider into cycle this and play out the Sizzling Changeling is kind of cute, and with the second Zealot as well. So as long as we get there, we're gonna get there good. A little bit concerned about the potential aggression out of these Kithkins. That's okay. We can get a little smacked up this turn. It will be okay. Okay. This is okay. No blocks. So we find our blue mana there. Do want to make some mana out of this guy. Play this out. We can block with the Lieutenant and possibly see if we draw anything relevant from the Changeling. Failing seeing something relevant, we can cycle as... We might be sitting on both these Zealots, to be fair. What's Kithkin doing against a 6/5? I don't think it's much. Your turn is possibly taking out this changeling and hoping to get in. Yes, I'm going to be at 11, but I don't think you've... You look like you're struggling to decide if you want to do that there. So that's fine. Do I want to make use of a zealot just to have my second blue ready? No. I just want a big old 6-5 down in your face. Okay. Hitting more lands and not another blue source is mildly frustrating, but it's fine. Okay. Feed the Swarm. What's Feed the Swarm going to do for me? So, you're just going to keep going wide. Worried about a green pump spell? I mean, if you got green pumps, +3/+3, is it? Yeah, sure. Taking 7, going to 4 anyways. Got the second blue available. So I'm either here. Is this more correct? Feel more correct? Play this out. Tap down something of your, probably the Gangly Stomper. Take up the Nomad. Or is this just going to take out the Gangly Stomper? Yeah, Feed the Flames. Not doing enough. So I could get on a double block with the Lieutenant with this Glamourite. Another Lieutenant. Damn. I was not meant to win this game. That's okay. Do we have a way of actually surviving this turn? Yeah. Need you not to have another Kithkin. You can jump that Kithkin. That's okay. Can we get out your main phase? Yes. So this comes in, taps Stomper. You get to attack. I'll go to blockers. These both block over here. Probably need to let my Glamourite go. So at least I get the Flame Braider. No! You let me keep the Glamourite. Okay. Okay. Is this Zealot better off as a land or... I haven't got amazing hits either way, I don't think. Summit Sentinel. Summit Sentinel. Nah. I ain't gonna do nothing. What was my next card? Assistance. Alright. Yeah, that was just a powerful run out with Lieutenant. Alright, that's a wrap on a funky little Elementals draft. 2-3 finish. A little bit disheartening. Hope to see you tomorrow for some Red Deck Wins action. If you liked it, like it. If you want to share it, share it. Do whatever you have to do to engage with this content. Thank you. See you tomorrow.